Hello and welcome to episode 47 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. We're still in Egypt with the same crew: Hayley, Josephine, Judy, Jeannie, Sam, Diana, Craig and Muriel. We're all going to go to this tomb because it's getting very hot out and some of these sims are auto-combusting and I'm wasting a lot of time putting them out. Now Craig has completed quite a few of these adventures of his current adventure chain. The most recent one was Hacker, where he hacked the computer at the Morku Corp headquarters. And as a result, the leader Barakat got sufficient information to send him on to the next adventure, which was Second Relic. Craig receives a phone call from Delita Barakat. Thanks for sending in the information. According to the data, the Tomb of the Desert Ocean is an underground oasis, a vast source of water for centuries. You must survive its depths to find the relic of life and return it to me. This is Delita Barakat signing out. So I've sent them all there simply because of the issue with them getting too hot and auto-combusting, and I thought if I have them inside the pyramid with me, I won't be playing with them all, but I'll try to keep them inside, but I think that might be a bit of a hopeless case. Craig needs to inspect that door to open it. This is the Pyramid of the Sky with a Tomb of the Desert Ocean inside it. But on the left of the screen, which is off the screen at the moment, there is a pushable statue which has to be inspected to find out if it's pushable or not. And Muriel is going to push it and see what she can find. But we'll be concentrating with Craig. So he's got that door open, so he's gained entry to the Tomb of the Desert Ocean. Got through the main front door. There's Muriel. She's going to push that statue. She's inspected it already and decided that it could possibly move on its, so she's moved it, and it's opened up a staircase. Now this is a little side adventure. It's not connected to any of the other adventures in the tomb. I will get Muriel to go down into it and she can start it. But I think we'll have to come back to Egypt another time to finish it. It's only a very small adventure, or only a very small tomb. And it's just collecting extra treasure. That's about the only reason to do it. So she's going to have to do theirs manually because Craig's got Pangu's axe. So we'll go back to Craig now. So there's a star keystone over on that pedestal. Or I think it's probably an end table really. It's just something that they could put a star keystone on, and he's got to swim to get it. We won't actually complete this whole adventure in this episode because it goes too long. I think it was an extra 20 minutes after the point where I cut it off. But we will see a lot of it. Might have only been an extra 10 minutes. But there was too long to keep going. So he's going to dive in there, because that is a treasure chest that requires a star keystone. And I usually use the star keystone in that treasure chest, get almost nothing out of it, and wish I'd kept the keystone. Yet I still do it every time I play the game. It's probably medium quality dry food. Would would have cost him about 40 simoleons at the general store if he needed to buy it. So that's the only door he can go through at the moment. Doesn't require a keystone, he can just walk straight in. It's all swampy in there. There's a star keystone required over there. There's another star keystone on that pedestal. But there is a hidden door that he can inspect. They're not hidden doors, they actually go to the outside if they were, though. That's going further deeper into the temple. So we'll see what he gets out of this room. It's going to cost him nothing other than time to get in there. And I have cut massive amounts out of this particular recording. I think it was going to take about 2 hours. So there he goes. Inside that room. Through the hidden door. Move one of those pushable statues out of the way and go and get the treasure. Looks like it is a money bag. So we go and check out what's happening with Muriel. I think this is the last time that I'll go and check on Muriel. She's left on her own after this point. She's the one that's been catching on fire constantly. And I've kept her out of the sun for a while now, and she's not even sunburnt now. She was sunburnt badly yesterday. Now when Craig moved that pushable statue, it actually set off a trap, which he's got rid of by pushing the statue over on top of it. I think it was an electricity trap. So now he's got this extra star keystone. I think of that as a spare, because you could use it to go in that door over there, where he would not have to negotiate a trap. But this trap is so easy to negotiate, I decided that I'll keep the keystone. So that's the door the keystone would unlock, but he's come through that door and he's got a trap here which is very easy to get through, but it just takes a bit of time. But star keystones aren't easy to come by. So it's quite a long investigation goes on here. I've cut most of it out. Now he can either disarm that or he can attempt to cross, and I choose to attempt to cross, and now that trap is disabled. So another door to go through. Of course, it would depend on your sim. Some sims may have trouble attempting to cross anything. Depends on their traits. Now you see that you get to see the top of the pushable statue there on the left. That's another one that you inspect, and it can be moved, and when you move it, floor switch appears. And as soon as the floor switch appears where Craig is standing, lots of electric traps suddenly spring into life, and you can't get through unless you push the statue on top of the floor switch. If you don't push the statue at all, well, then you don't have to bother with any of that. I got Diana to move it just to show you, but then I deleted that bit. I thought it was a bit of a waste of time and this video was going too long anyway. So there is a floor switch that he could stand on, and it's unlocked that door. Now I'm almost certain that previously there was a door to the room on the left that you could get open, but I haven't been able to open it for a year or so, so I'm starting to think I was dreaming. It used to be quite easy to open. See that little black area on the left? I thought there was a way to get in there, but I can't do it now. So this is where he's going to use his star keystone. This has got some treasure to collect here. 3 lots of ancient coins and a treasure chest. Might as well go straight through that door because I wasted so many hours trying to get a door to open that in that other room. Hasn't happened anymore. So now he's in another swampy area with more traps. Just flicked across behind that steam trap that you just saw. He's still standing in front of the door you just came through. So there's another trap there that he can inspect, and then once he finds it he can attempt to cross. The time wasting part is the inspecting it, because if you don't inspect it and reveal the trap, he'll walk straight into it no matter what you do, unless you want to teleport him across. But once it's disabled, it's disabled. You don't, if he ever comes through here again, you don't have to disable it. So he did an attempt to cross, and it's a fire trap, and he got through it. That's a hidden door in front of him. He's got to inspect. Got the door open, and now he can collect some treasure. There's a hole in the floor that he can inspect. You don't have to inspect the hole in the floor. All it does is open up a hidden door, which you can open by inspecting it. So you can choose, do you inspect the hole in the floor or do you inspect the hidden door? So I think I like that because it's easier to get the door open. Now he can get some treasure out of that treasure chest. A drop a stone and some relics. Through the next door. So there's a floor switch you can stand on, there's a floor switch you can push the statue onto. So we'll start with the one that's closest to him. Revealed a floor switch. Or hidden, a hole in the floor, sorry. He's found some treasure. Money bag by the look of it. You've got to pull that back across to get rid of that trap. Stand on the floor switch. Gets rid of those traps. Now jumps in the dive well. Or dives in the dive well, I suppose. Go through to the next dive well. Yep, swim through the tunnel. Emerge here. Now he's got a few things to do in this room. So let's clear that rubble pile to start with. He's got the axe, so that oh no, it's going to move that pushable statue and put it on that floor switch. Now he's got to push it across to the switch. And it opens that door. But he's going to demolish that pile of rubble first. And some treasure out of that treasure chest. Drop a stone and some money bags. There's another pile of rubble there to get rid of. The axe is definitely coming in handy here. You can only get one axe per game. Apparently, if you try to get the second one out of by debug, one of them just becomes invisible. and you can't use it. So they have to share it between themselves. But if I was to go and play a second household and not play this household, well then the second household wouldn't be able to get the axe apparently. So that's revealed a hole in the wall and locked that door again. But he had to put that statue on that. There we go. That floor switch has now revealed some steps. And a door opened, which will make it very easy to get in and out of the tomb. That little dark room on the left of him there, I've tried many times to get into that, and there doesn't seem to be any way in. So I'd say it's just left over. Now there is a hidden door just there, which he can find, and it takes him into a huge room, well, fairly large room, which has got almost nothing in it. Got a cat meowing at me again now. The treasure's usually on the floor just there. There it is. Well, it's quite a valuable little piece that time, isn't it? Looks good. He must have found enough stuff that now he's getting more valuable things. It seems to work like that. Some ancient coins. And some more ancient coins. Now there's a door there that he can go through, just behind him, and some steps down the other end. But we'll go through that door first. Might as well finish this level while we're on it. That cat can meow for hours. He just has its automatic meow that goes on. He's just beside me. He's been fed. He's got water. He just wants to meow. So, without the axe we wouldn't be able to get into these rooms, because he wouldn't be able to smash the boulders. But he has smashed that boulder, and now he's looking for the hidden door that was behind it. He's just going to get a little bit of treasure. It's almost not worth the effort. Looks good in the treasure chest, doesn't it? Just a stack of ancient coins. Now across to the other boulder. They've recoloured that floor. It's interesting, that pattern. Now the hidden door. I think this one's got a little bit more inside it. Treasure chest. The problem with this cat is if he gets on me, he just digs his claws in and he rips pieces out of me. He's old, he's 15 years old, and he's blind. I'm patting him at the moment, he's just beside me. So, some alabaster by the look of it. Looks like a sun cut and a marquee cut or something like that. Alabaster. Just check what's missed. So he's missed a couple of bags of money. And now we can go down those steps. Move into the next part of the tomb. Some ancient coins. Yeah, I think he's really tired at this point, so he can have a sleep. Well, I go off. We can all go off, I suppose, and see what's going on back at base camp. Everybody's ready to auto-combust again by the look of it, or self-combust. It's sunshine. They're in the base camp. There's no shelter. They start burning. However, Diana is looking for pomegranates, and there's a pomegranate tree growing outside Delita Barakat's house, so she's going to go over there to steal some of the Barakat pomegranates. That's the pomelo tree, the other one. There's a few other little bushes there that she'll harvest as well, but I have in mind another garden for her to take the pomegranates from. It's where I usually go when we get this pomegranate. I think I've got about 5 of them who want nice or better, very nice or better quality pomegranates. I find that if I send them to this particular garden to harvest every single time the pomegranates come back on, they will eventually get very nice ones. But this is the first time I've got them to harvest this garden in this game, so they'll just be normal quality or maybe nice. I think we're going to have to go back to Isla Paradiso and pick up some of the pomegranates that they've been growing in their garden. At least one of those buildings up top there is a building that you can actually buy if you get to level 3 in your visa points. I haven't actually lived up there yet. One of these games I will put my Sims up into that place. Okay, so Craig's awake. He's had his sleep. Back into action. I think that pile of ancient coins there I might have left behind. So you can inspect that one. Be very careful not to run around this. Sometimes if you've got your sim in the wrong position when you tell them to inspect it, they'll run around to the other side and you can't stop them once they start running, and of course they get stuck in the fire trap. So I always make sure they're lined up exactly with the statue so that they can't decide to... See, you hit the back of the statue and you think they'll run straight to it, but if you're off centre a bit, they don't run straight to it, they run around to the front of it and stand in the fire trap. So now it's going to push it. Got the trap. Now stand on the floor switch. Hidden door. Open that up. Run down the end and investigate that hole in the floor. Few bugs. Unlock that door over there now. Get a bit of treasure out of the treasure chest. Got a gnome. Sultan Sam magic gnome. Plus a relic. Now I don't usually have Hangu's axe when I do these tombs, so Craig's able to do a bit more than I usually do. I have done it before with the axe, but I don't usually have it by the time I do this one. But here we go, we've got it today. There's nothing critical that you need to get from these rooms that you get into by smashing boulders. It's just extra treasure. It's just a relic, that canopic jar. There's canopic jars that are just relics, and there are canopic jars that are part of the canopic jar collection. And that one looks like it was just a relic. Another statue to inspect. And push. Another floor switch for him to stand on. Hole in the wall. This just goes on and on endlessly with this tomb. Yeah, that's been obliterated, that trap, by one of the switches that is activated. Now this next room, I always do these switches because I'm not real sure what they're there for. But that opens up, that shuts off your progress and makes another one appear on the other wall, which then puts out some of the traps, so he can still get through. So I don't know what the point of that is. Not sure what would happen if you'd miss. It might be something somewhere else in the tomb that's triggered by that. I don't know. Don't think so. I think it's just a waste of time. So, found a little apple, fossilised apple, and another pile of rubble. Having the axe is very useful here. I've tried to collect that mummified teddy bear on many occasions, but I've never been able to actually take it out of the tomb. They can pick it up, but they can't do much more with it than that. Okay. Now, where are we? It looks like we must be getting close to the end of the video, because this is the final room that I have included in this video. But he's got a little bit of work to do in here yet. He's looking for a keystone to get into the next part of the tomb, where he'll find the relic. I think this is quite a pretty room. It's a shame that that jet of water goes up through the ceiling. I think there's only one treasure chest in here, and there's that keystone he's looking for. Key to the heart of the Death Temple, I think it is. And that's it. I've decided to end it here because he's got a whole lot of more adventure to do. So I'll have to see you in the next episode. Episode 48, won't it? Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and bye bye for now.